Hey, welcome back to the table. So we're getting ready to go here. What I did was I rearranged a few things. So I put the player boards right along the side here. So that way it'll be easier for me to put the camera down like so. And so you can actually see where I'm putting the dice. I thought that would be more helpful. And then I moved the, over here to the right are all the enemy markers. And at least looking through the camera, they seem like they're a little bit hard to see, but we can zoom in a little. Starla is still over here, and I will have to manage her separately. I sort of had room for all four of them, but it would have been all the way to the other end of the table, and I didn't want to reach that far. It was gonna be a lot for my man bod, my dad bod. So we're gonna, and then I have room over here to put some stuff. But trust me, we're going to need that room possibly when we do space exploration. So I think we got a good setup here. And if I remember correctly, we need to resolve the enemy turn, which I am very concerned for Andrew. Andrew is up there all alone, and he is the proctologist that he's going to be abducted by aliens, and you know where they put their probes. So he might be in trouble. So let's find out. We're going to draw the cards. There's the frigate, and then there's the scout. So remember, we go from lowest to highest. Let's rock and roll. So here we go. So the scout is going to do a very massive attack. It's going to do +1 damage, but it's only going to go after one target. This is good. And so we're going to start with number 1 here, which is this guy. And his target is going to be A. So we can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to Andrew, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to A, and A being the satellite. So he's going to target the satellite. So I'm going to put the camera here. I think this is a good angle. So first thing he wants to do is rotate. So right now it's 1, 2, 3 this direction and 1, 2 that way. So he'll stay in this direction. Next he will shoot. Well, there's nothing to hit. He shoots 1, 2, 3 forward, and then the 2 sides. So this is a pattern you'll see a lot in this game. So that's what he wants to do, and so he doesn't hit anything. So then, since he didn't shoot, he's going to move. Now, the move is always a tricky one. You always have to look at it. So this looks like he's going to move to the left twice and then turn right once. So this is like the opposite of what he did last time. Last time he moved to the right. So this time he would move to the left, but then he's hitting the edge, and then he rotates this way as a result of the move. So he would rotate to the right. Then, of course, as soon as he does that move, he does a rotate again and then a fire. And so in this case, the camera's way out. There we go. Focus, focus, focus. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So he's equidistant. He can be pointing this way or that way. So then it's just a matter of which way do we want him to point, and I don't think it matters to us either. So we're going to just leave him there. So no rotation for him. The fact that he's sort of squandering over here is perfect because we don't have enough bandwidth to take him on right now. And he's not hurting us, so we're good with that. Okay, next we move to number 2, which is this guy. And number 2, I have some concerns. I need to get, so you can see here where my finger is. That's one of the tripod things. And I normally get it out of the angle of the camera, right? Because I don't want the camera to have the tripod taking up the view. But I'm trying to get this situated so you're getting a good angle of the game. Yeah. All right. I can spend all day doing this. And I know some of the people who make real money doing this actually do spend all day doing this. I don't. That's my formula. All right, so number 2 here. We're going to find our target. Well, the target's right in front of us here. It's Starla. That's the closest person. With no doubt. There's no even need to look at the other ones. So then it's going to try to shoot. And of course, it can't hit anything. And even if the asteroids weren't there, it only shoots 3 spaces forward. And then it's going to, once again, it's going to do the move, but this time it's moving to its left. So it's going to move 1, 2, and then just to make sure I got this right, it's going to rotate to the right. So it's going to look like that. But then as soon as the move's done, it's going to rotate again. But remember, it has to find a new target. So this actually could change. Starla was the closest, but now Starla is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. And then JB here is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. And then look, over here, Andrew is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So all three of them are 4 away, and Starla has 4. JB has, where is JB? JB has 3, and then Andrew has 4. So we could choose Andrew or JB to be the target. We get to choose. And what he would do is he would rotate and then fire. So one of the things we can do is, for example, he can rotate once and then rotate again. And he's not going to be able to rotate enough times to be able to get to Andrew or face Andrew. I mean, you could argue that he'll rotate this way once and then twice, but that's even worse because now his back's facing all of us. So I think this is the better one. But yeah, if he shoots 1, 2, 3, he's going to hit here and there. He's basically just not in range to hit anybody. And even if he was able to rotate enough to face Andrew, it's the same deal. You can count 1, 2, 3. Like, he's just going to miss Andrew. So it's not going to happen, which is good. That's what we wanted, right? I'm basically using this satellite as bait. We want them to attack the satellite because that's basically, what did we calculate? That's 40 hit points of health that they can waste on the satellite. And as long as the satellite doesn't blow up, we win this mission. So we can get it down to 1 health and we're winning this mission. And so we need them to hit the satellite and not us. Now, so far so good, but now that number 4, the big frigate guy is the one I'm worried about. Number 5 here is going to be a similar situation. So again, rotate. But what target is number 5 going to go after? You can see that Andrew's behind him. You can see that JB is in front of him. But of course, the satellite's also in front of him. And that satellite is sitting on 26 hit points. So his hull points are the most of all of them. So the satellite wins the tiebreaker. So then number 5 is going to shoot. And instead of going along the bottom path like the other ones have, after he shoots, they're just going to move and then his turn's over. There's no rotation or anything after his move. So he is going to shoot. He's going to do this pattern. But remember, his target is A, the satellite. And so even though we have other ships that are in that pattern zone, they're not at risk of being hurt. So we're just going to draw enemy combat deck, and that's it. It'll be... so I'm going to go ahead and grab their deck. So this guy right here, let's maybe back the camera up a little bit. And he does not have advantage, so let's go ahead and draw. And so he drew a 0. So I actually didn't stop to calculate how much he does. It's number 5, so number 5, oh, he's radar jammed, number 5. So let's draw one more, and that would be this one, another 0. So the radar jam didn't really do much, but that's okay. We got rid of 2 of his 0s. So he is going to do, it's a 2 damage attack, but because of the difficulty level, we add 4 more for 6. And then of course, it's plus 0. So A takes 6 damage. And so we come over here to this, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the satellite, by the way, this empty enemy one. So the satellite is currently sitting on 20 health, which is still pretty good, if you ask me. Okay, we do have to get a little bit nervous, but we're getting these guys whittled down. We really, really are. So last but not least, we now have the frigate. So let's not forget about him. Ha 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 ha. I got it all day, folks. So what did I do with the, oh, here we go. The scout cards are done. All the scouts have gone. There's only 3 of them to do now. And let's do the frigate. So Oh gosh. All right, so first thing he wants to do is rotate, which he's going to do right here. And Andrew is the target. It has to be Andrew. Andrew's the only one that's 2 spaces away. He's going to rotate once, twice, and he's facing Andrew straight down. And then he does a move. You got to pay attention, right? He's doing a move, and look at the move. He's going to move 1, 2, 3 spaces. Watch this. Oh my gosh, watch what's going to happen. Oh my goodness. Look at that. He moves 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. He moved right through us. And then he's going to rotate again. Andrew is the target. So 1, 2. And you can sit there and do the math, folks. If he rotated the other way, it's not going to make a difference. And then, oh my gosh, we're going to get shot. Darn it, darn it, darn it. We were so close. Oh, I was like, because he's doing this weird pattern, he's going to hit us. Because it up to his front left or front right. Oh my gosh. I thought for sure we weren't going to get hit. Andrew is getting hit, and not only is he getting hit, but he has advantage. He's behind Andrew. So that's bad, very bad. The only good news is that there's a +0 to the attack, but it is a frigate, and the frigate has 3 damage to its attack. +4 is 7. So we know it's 7 damage attack. And let's see if I can get this camera a little bit more. There, that's actually really decent. Okay, so 7 damage, and he has advantage, which really, really blows, because this is very bad news if he gets a ×2. Here's the first one, +1, and then 0. So that's 8 damage to Andrew. So now we got to see if Andrew can take 8 damage. Which one is Andrew again? He is the Violet Ray. 8 damage would kill him. So Andrew is going to have to... He's going to lose the proton blast. So now he blocked another hit, and now he's down to nothing but his health. And that's bad, bad news. If it was 7 damage, he could have handled 7. It was the +1 that hurt. So, okay, so we got to get Andrew out of there. All right, we are at the end of our round. Everybody gets a shield, if there is one to be generated. Here's what's crazy. Because of this difficulty level, no one's generating any shields because we either have to completely block the damage or we don't take damage at all. When you play the normal mode, you're constantly getting hit for 2 damage, 3 damage, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. You lower your health, and then usually it's your shields, right? So then you're just spending your shields to pump it back up. In this case, it's really bizarre because like I really wanted to take the hit, but I only have 8 total points of health for Andrew, and he did 8 points of damage. So, yeah, there was nothing I could do. I had to, so anyways, here I am. Andrew is on his last leg, but Andrew is looking, he's in proctologist mode again. He's looking right up the butt of number 5. So that's what we got to do with him, is we got to keep him focused. So we're going to go ahead and roll his dice. And you can see we got some dice here. He does have a lot of stress, so we do have to worry about that. And then here's JB's roll. JB just rolled a lot of stress again. That's not good. And then Josh's roll is looking decent. And then Starla's roll, which I know I named it Mindy after my dog, but we're gonna call her Starla. Okay, I think that's gonna work. So here we go. We gotta find out, what are we gonna do here? Well, first thing I gotta do is, we gotta take care of Andrew. We gotta get him out of there. But, so Andrew, his situation, you can see on the board here, he's 2 behind this guy. Number 2 here could hit him. And then of course the big frigate back there is nothing to laugh about. So we got to get him away from them. So we for sure need to get some moves in. But with that being said, I would like to get a shot off since I'm behind number 5. Let's see if we can hit him. And so the problem is if you come over to Andrew's board, his engine's destroyed and his weapon's destroyed. So that plasma blast would have been perfect. So what if I were to do this? And let's do a basic attack action. That's the only thing he has left. I would do 2 damage to 1 target. And then I would do a move forward and ugh. The problem is the satellite's in the way. Oh my gosh. This is a big problem. Andrew's in trouble. Do I really want to do a 2 damage attack, or do I want to maybe... The only other option is to do a 1 damage attack. If I do a 1 damage attack, then I can add a rotate to my actions. And if I add a rotate to my actions, I can get out of there. So let's play this out. I think I have to just do 1 attack. And here's where I'm going. So pay attention to, this is 3 forward, this is the up and over, and then a rotate. So here's our problem. If I come back over to here, I can go 3 forward, 1, 2, 3, but I'm literally letting the enemy, analyze me for parts. So the problem there is that's a very risky spot to end my turn. Now, I could do the thing where now I got to move up and over, right? Well, the satellite is blocking me. I can't move through the satellite. So if I try to move through the satellite, this blocks me, and then I just take a stress. So what I have to do is I have to rotate before I get there. And the problem I have is I could do the up and over, right? And then I can do 1, 2, 3, which there's 2 problems with this. It moves me through the asteroid, so I take a hull damage, and then look, I'm 2 spaces away from this elite unit, and oh, by the way, my rear end is sticking out to them. I would actually look like that. So that's not a good plan at all. The other one is I can go up, forward, and over 1 this way, and then I can go 1, 2, 3. Now I'm in his path. Or if I did over and down, that might work, but I'm still in number 1's path. Now number 1 may not hit me there. That actually might work. The only other option is to only do 1 damage to number 5. This is where it's becoming a little scary. So let's put this back. And really the decision, okay, like if I all these scenarios I just showed you is if I do a 2 damage attack on number 5. If I do a 1 damage attack on number 5, I can do a rotate somewhere. So I could do like a 1, 2, 3, rotate, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I'm here. I'm safely behind all these asteroids. Then I'm out of trouble. So my other thought is I need to stun somebody. And number 5, by the way, has very low health. I'm checking it right now. It has only 3 total health. So if I do a 2 damage attack on number 5, I have advantage. So there's a good chance I'm going to be able to draw a +1 or something. And if I did, I can kill number 5 with just 1 attack. You know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to do 2 dice attacking number 5, but then I'm going to wait on my move and see what everybody else does first. So we're going to have Violet Ray. His combat deck is over here. Another thing I did was I didn't have room for the combat decks to be next to them, and so I just put the combat deck on top of their sheet. So Violet Ray, which is Andrew, this is this combat deck. Let me shuffle a little bit. So I don't remember last time I shuffled. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, damage on number 5. We're doing a basic attack for 2 damage, and here we go. First one is a -1. Second one is a 0. Well, clearly we're taking the 0, and that sparrow falls over all the time. So we're going to do 2 damage, which really goes. Count number 5 is down to 1 single health point. And then I got to figure out how to get him out of there. So that's the next thing. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is maybe Josh is the one that moved all the way down here. He's the one that has the EMP blast. And I'm thinking I want to go up there and EMP number 2 and number 4. And if I do that, then I know that Andrew's safe, because 2 and 4 won't be able to attack. So let's look at Josh's stuff. This is Josh's stuff. So we have this situation. In order to EMP blast 2 people, he needs 2 dice there. So that means we have 2 dice for movement. So 1 here for the 3 move up. So let's know 1, 2, 3. Right, so he's in the region, and then I can do 1, 2, 3 more if I want it. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a flank, which to go around, and then it's going to go forward 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go 4 and then 5. Like that, or we can go 4 and then 5 like that. I can't do this one. I'm too far away from stunning him. So if this, I'm too far. You know what? I'm just 1, 2, 3 like so. So instead of doing the flank, I'm just going to do a straight 1, 2, 3, which does give me a stress, or gives John. And I need to pause. Okay, so this might work. Let's see how well it works. Okay, so as you saw, I moved up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm basically so my EMP attack is 3 spaces away, 3 spaces away, right? So I'm going to try to hit number 2 and number 4. I don't have advantage on either of them. I'm not interested in doing a lot of damage to them. The stun is what we need. So as long as I don't draw a miss, we're good. So I'm going to move the camera back, and then this is Josh's modifier deck. So let's do the elite one, number 2 first. So I drew a -1, which means I did 0 damage. Now, he has the resolve ability that says if you do 0 damage, you get -1 stress. Well, Josh just got a stress from doing those 2 moves, so his stress goes back down to 0. So no damage is done to number 2. However, we are going to put the red cube on him, and he is now stunned. So next up is the number 4, the big frigate. And you always have to check for immunities. The frigate is not immune to stun, thank goodness. Nobody is on this one. In other missions, there are enemies immune to stun, and that stinks, but here we go. So we did 1 damage to the frigate. So if I bring it around here, the frigate is now down to 8 shields. So all we're doing is damaging the shields a little bit. And it is also stunned. So let me reach across here. And there it is, stun. Okay, so I'm really glad my tripod is stronger, and then the camera's not flopping around as much either. So this is much, much better. Okay. So with that said, though, Josh basically burned everything he's got. One thing I forgot to do is his charges goes down to 1. So he's done, but he did his job. So to recap, this guy is stunned, and that guy is stunned. So Andrew, if he doesn't move at all, doesn't have to worry about getting stunned. Now, number 5 here could still hit Andrew, but we got 2 ships here that still haven't gone, and if they go and kill number 5, we're good. And then, yeah, like I was saying, Andrew could still do some more things. One of the things that I'm looking at... We won. We got this. We got this. We got this. I made a huge mistake. Andrew has proximity exploit. It basically says +1 damage when you have advantage. And he had 1 charge of it. So he could have used that. And that would have done +1 damage to number 5, who's sitting on 1 single health. Number 5's dead, folks. And I know you're supposed to declare that before you reveal the card. I would have declared that in a heartbeat. I am recording and I totally wasn't paying attention. And this is, of course, the drawback of controlling 4 characters. If that was my only character I was responsible for, I would have absolutely known about that skill. So 5 is destroyed. So not only are there 2 stunned, but we got 5 taken care of as well. So now the mission becomes, can we get in there and take out these other guys? We need to shoot them as much as possible while they are stunned to take advantage of this. And I got 1 more charge of the stun before that runs out. So we basically have 1 more turn after this to try to take them out. So let's look at our situation here. We got JB and then Starla behind JB. So I'm going to look at Starla first. Starla has long shot. And in her situation, the long shot is armor piercing. It sounds great, but it's really not. And you're going to see why in a second. But we're going to go ahead and do a 1, 2, 3, and then maybe a turn up. But then we're going to use these 2 dice to do long shot, which will do a 3 damage attack against 1 target. And that does add a stress to Starla. So I'll show you real quick right here. So Starla is going to go 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Instead of a turn up, we're just going to do a rotate. So I'm going to change that die to a rotate. And then the attack, the long shot attack, misses here, but then hits here, here, and then beyond. So we're going to hit number 4 directly, but we're hitting number 4 without advantage. So that's the problem with Starla. So we're going to come over here, and let's draw. We get 1 and only 1 card, and we drew a freaking -2. So we did 1 damage to the frigate, so now it's down to 7 shields. That stunk. All right, now it's JB's turn. And I'm looking at JB's dice, and he's on the verge of getting 3 stress. We got to start dealing with stress management here too. He does have burst fire. I don't know what to do. He can use some healing. I'm actually going to heal him. So we're going to do that. I can't get him maneuvered so he can do a burst fire easily on that guy. And then what I'm doing by putting these dice here, the stress dice don't give you stress when you use them for the repair action. And so I get to reduce my stress by 2, which is excellent. And then I get to heal my hull by 2. So now I'm up to 5 out of 8 hull. So that's just a repair that I needed to do anyways. It lets me recharge 2 supply of something. So that one's going to be recharged by 1. And then I'm looking at my stim packs. They're fully charged. And then we'll go ahead and recharge burn and flip by 1 as well. And I know that wasn't very exciting. And then we'll go ahead and do like some kind of move action, right? And so I'm going to just move him 1 and then up. So the problem is we're bunched up now north of the satellite. And that's a problem because now the satellite's not the target anymore. It's going to be one of us. And I'm running out of charges of EMP blast. So after the next turn, I got to figure out how do I keep these guys alive, or I have to destroy these guys, one of these guys, before the end of next turn. The freaking frigate has 10, 11, plus 7. He has 18 hit points still. And then the elite scout has 10, 11, 14 hit points. So they're both on massive amount of hit points. And that's my issue. So now, could Andrew move? Yes, Andrew could move. Will he move, though? That's the question. And my answer is he should probably move. So before we end our turn, I'm going to come over here. We're going to look at Andrew's situation. Remember, we played the 2 dice to kill number 5, but we never actually used these. So we're not going to use the stress die at all. So that keeps Andrew from going up any more stress than the 3 he already has. But I'm going to go ahead and do the surge forward 3 spaces. And so what that's going to do is we got to get Andrew out of the harm's way. Like if the other guys get hit, that's okay. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to move up to here. And now these other guys are going to be the ones that get hit. And I'm not worried about this turn because they're stunned. But I'm worried about him getting stuck up there for next turn. Because if I roll 4 attack dice, I can't move with 4 attack dice. You got to always plan for that possibility. It's a very low possibility, but it has happened to us several times in this game. Not this particular game, but you know when I played it with other folks. Okay, so we are at the end of our turn. I didn't do it quite as much as I wanted, but I did get to stun the 2 that I wanted, and also we killed number 5. So number 5 is no longer alive. So sorry, short circuit. All right, here we go. Sorry, Johnny 5. Okay, so we got 2 guys left, and oh boy, this is an interesting one. So actually, I might get hit. This might actually hit me. So number 1 there has to pick a target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starla is the target. Then he tries to shoot, and you can see that his shoot doesn't go very far. So that is the only good news here. But then after the no, he's going to move, and he moves forward, straight forward 3 spaces. So in this case, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And this is what I'm worried about. And now he's going to rotate, and Starla is still the target. He's going to rotate, and sure enough, he's going to hit Starla. Absolutely going to hit Starla. So he's going to go 2 in front of him and then hit these 2 as well. Nope. These 2, and those 2. So he hits Starla for 0 damage, and then he's going to slow Starla, which means Starla can't move. So that blows chunks. And okay, so let's grab the card and see how much damage he does to Starla. Okay, so this is number 1. So number 1 only does 2 damage base, plus 4 because of the difficulty. So we're looking at 6 damage to Starla, and then this is a -1, which is excellent. And he does not have advantage, so he's going to have to live with that -1. So it becomes 5 damage for Starla, and we can handle that. So Starla takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to 1 single health. That's brutal, but we survived it. Okay, his turn's over. Then we move to number 2 here. And remember, number 2 can't fire, but he will rotate first. He's not going to rotate because this is the target. And then he will move forward 1, 2, 3. And then he will rotate again to whatever target. And then it just becomes whoever has the most health. So we can take advantage of this. And since Josh here, well, Josh only has 2 health. Who has the most health? JB has 5. Yeah, so he's going to rotate to JB, which is the worst of the options because now his back is facing the asteroids. So we're not going to get advantage on him. That blows. I can look at, Andrew has 4. Okay, so his turn's over. He doesn't shoot. So he just moves and does a couple things, which is exactly what he just did. So he's super close. And next is the frigate, which you can see here is only going to move 1 space. He does this attack that would hit an infinite number of targets within 3 spaces. Thank goodness he's stunned. But you can see he's going to rotate, move, rotate, and then he doesn't actually fire. So he's not going to rotate anywhere. He is going to move 1, and then he's going to stop. That's all he does. Okay, so then it becomes our turn. We gain a shield, so Starla will gain 1 shield because she took that damage. I'm checking. Josh is fine. Enver, which is JB, and then everybody else is max shields. And we got 1 more stun we can do. And then I'm out of charges. And this is where it gets tricky. So I can't get behind these guys very easily to finish them off. Because when you get behind them, you get advantage. Having advantage is how you finish them off, because you're going to have a better chance of drawing those ×2 cards, which is what we're going to need to finish these off. The only person, Andrew, is the only one we're worried about dying. So we're going to have to make sure that whatever he does, he's not next to somebody who can actually kill him. But beyond that, we're in great shape. So, we're in great shape for this round. That number 1 got a lot closer than we wanted, and Starla cannot move. She can rotate only, and she can fire, but that's all she can do. So we got a problem with Starla as well. But we can always get rid of a flank and things of that nature. So I'm at 37 minutes. I do have to stop. You might have heard somebody coming in and messing with my computer. I need to go take care of some stuff, and I promised them I would as soon as I could wrap up this video, and that time is now. So anyways, thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome. When we come back, it'll be our turn. I'll have to roll the dice. We did do the shields. We just have to roll the dice. In fact, let's do that real quick right now. I'm going to roll the dice right now. This is Andrew. Look at that. The exact scenario I told you about. Oh my gosh. So there's no moving. Can't move with that. Then JB. JB is just rolling the stress dice. Take it easy over there, Germany. All right, Josh. Got a healthy mix. And then Starla. Oh, this was a move. And there we go. And I'm just realizing that Starla spent a charge on her long shot, so her long shot should be a little bit lower. But we're good to go. Thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.